We're gonna react to NCHammer, all my Mangekyou Sharingan abilities ranked and explained. If anyone wants to record this reaction and post it on their shit, go ahead. I don't have any ill will. Make your bread. I'm not saying I'm fucking Swag
Yeah.
Kage, but if you want to, feel free. All right, so here we go. Let's see what he has to say.
Mangekyou Sharingan, one of the most powerful upgrades that anybody in the Naruto universe can get.
By the way, folks, if you guys can't hear or it's too loud or too low, let me know.
Their wriggly little fingers on. Whether you awaken it yourself or rip it out of somebody
go.
else's face and slap it into your own, unlocking the Mangekyou Sharingan is one
Wait,
of the
that's what they
surefire
counting
ways to make
moderates?
yourself
Yeah,
a
like
top
the
threat
ability,
in the
even
though
Naruto
it's game
universe.
only?
And God
Yeah,
forbid you
that's
get your hands on a
strange.
tool.
Let's see how he does that.
Mangekyou Sharingan operate in a way that
Yeah.
is completely
Was it
distinct
he
from
rewinds
all
time
other
or some shit?
dojutsu in the
Yeah,
Naruto
that's
world.
exactly what it was, yeah.
Each Mangekyou Sharingan eye that you get a hold of has a new and separate ability. Have one MS, you get one MS ability. Have two MS, you get two MS abilities in a Susanoo. Have three Mangekyou Sharingans, and God knows
Oh, this shit's irrelevant.
However,
I hate it when
Yeah,
he starts.
this is just like a
It's like just.
he's rambling.
few people have ever gotten the opportunity to wield it. If
Well, you can just get right into it, you
Yeah,
know?
well, their importance
yeah, you
will
might as well
kind
just
of
get to the
be
ranking.
diminished. And
Let's
also,
see.
Susanoo designs are probably pretty hard to come up with. But out of all of the Mangekyou Sharingan users that we've seen, who amongst them had the greatest Mangekyou Sharingan abilities? Well, that's a question that I'm gonna try and answer today. See, because with the Mangekyou Sharingan for a long time felt like a relatively
Hey, but what does he mean, though?
Yeah, what does he mean by
regard?
greatest?
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
His Mangekyou Sharingan, and that being only about
so
100
subjective.
episodes into Shippuden,
Yeah, that's
with the
subjective.
reveal of at least one of Sarada's Mangekyou Sharingan abilities, or Hirame, the conversation.
I heard she had some fire ass shit, though.
Yeah. So
Like, I don't know everything
speaking of
about
her,
it,
yeah,
I heard she had some dope
basically what she did, and this is an
So I-
insane feat. When she used her MS, she like sniped a fucking divine tree. It was the clone of Gaara's son, of his adopted son. She sniped him with
Oh,
his
shit.
with her fucking. She could like essentially create. Honestly, what it looks like, I believe, is black holes. If I'm not mistaken, she like snipes people with black
Yeah.
holes. So basically, that's what it is. That's fucking cracked, and she could choose where it is too.
Fuck.
She
Like
can use like
Tommy sniping?
yeah, like calmly sniping, and it's a fucking black hole that it's like no one can escape it.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cracked, and honestly, you have a good you have a good argument that hers is the most cracked right now.
Like those
I'm not
three
gonna I'm not
little
gonna cap.
black things around her? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, these shits
Is it
right
like
here.
those three?
She's summoning them like with her fucking eye.
So if
That's
that's new,
insane.
fuck, you get fucked up.
That's cracked. That's cracked. Yeah,
Okay.
W Sarada. She's cracked now.
Sharingan ability has begun to kick back up.
I'm assuming he's counting her then, because he's showing.
Yeah, if he's showing her, he has to count her.
He may take it into account. What is the
Which that'll make it interesting, for sure.
Yeah,
Mangekyou
definitely.
Sharingan ability in Naruto? And thus, with no further ado, let's get directly.
Wait, did he say
to
strongest? What did he say?
every
Let me
Mangekyou
see.
in Naruto.
Wait.
What is the
Rewind it, yeah.
strongest
Oh yeah, he did.
Mangekyou
The strongest.
Sharingan
Okay,
ability
okay,
in
got it.
it.
And thus, with no further ado, let's get directly into every Mangekyou
So
Sharingan
vague,
ability.
because it's like, again, what are we talking about?
Yeah, like what do you mean by yeah?
Like what
It's still a little
potency,
bit.
you know, like
Yeah.
if we're really like, wait, pause real quick.
Yeah.
So if he's talking about like scaling, then obviously it's like 6 pass, right?
Yeah, it'd have
then
to be a
we
6
would
pass
say
one.
Sasuke's like fucking yeah, like. But again, if we're just saying the ability itself, you know, that's a little different. And then again,
weird,
in what
yeah.
regard are we talking about? In general convenience, combat scenarios? What are we talking about?
Yeah, it's strange because these are hacks based abilities. They're not AP based or even speed based per se. They're hacks abilities that essentially embody some sort of concept. Like obviously, the most thorough, I guess you could say, the most thorough that we've seen is Itachi's because he can control the very reality that you're like captivated in when he actually catches you with his eye. That's a pretty thorough one. But when he says strongest, like most of these have the ability to kill you. So I don't know what he means by strongest. Um, I guess when it comes to the most thorough, it'd be Itachi's because he literally controls reality in the reality in which you're kept captive. But then you have like, the fucking Kamui, which snipes you and you're basically dead. You're stuck in some wasteland in the Kamui dimension. That's a one shot too. So it's I don't know. I guess we have to see what his criteria is, but
Yeah, we really have to see.
yeah,
But worst case, if he doesn't, then we can go off. Then we'll just, I guess, explain it, and like in whatever way me and Jay want to, then I guess regard it. But
yeah.
I really hope he does because that kind of defeats the purpose of this fucking video.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like,
I'll say this
how are
before
you
getting
rating
into it. If it comes down to the most potent, like dangerous, like life ending, it would probably be the Tsukuyomi or Kamui. Or man, it's a tough question actually. Scratch that because Sarada has the black hole thing, and it seems like that kills immediately too. So it's a tough question. It's a tough question to answer. But let's see.
Yeah.
NCHammer23 video every single week, guys. You can go ahead and find my Naruto reaction series using the fourth wall link in my description below. We are done with Gaara versus Rock Lee, so the entire fight has got a reaction. Before we get into all that, today we're going to talk about one of our favorite recurring sponsors to the page.
Oh shit.
Holzkern. Holzkern is your one-stop shop
sponsorship.
15% off your order from Holzkern today. So
get your bag, bro, but I don't want to watch that shit.
To make sure that your presents come in time for Christmas Day. This holiday season, you'll remember that I made a video kind of like this a little over 2 years ago when we got from Boruto the first ever look at Sarada's Mangekyou Sharingan.
From him watching it, he believes NC was talking about like in general, like
in
just
general,
overall everything.
Yeah, again, when it comes to it's tough, man, because how do you compare Sarada's black hole to Itachi's Tsukuyomi? It's like fuck, man, it's tough.
Right?
It's
Like,
tough to compare. Like, what's stronger?
like it depends. Like, yeah, because like technically, if like that's also like a little annoying because like if we're saying in general, like meaning like all around convenience, basically, I would assume then is like okay, like I guess in a combat scenario, like she doesn't require eye contact, right? So I guess maybe it's more dangerous.
Maybe hers.
Like in that regard.
It might be more
But if
dangerous.
we're talking about like but if we're talking about like if it does hit, right?
Right.
Then what is more dangerous? And I would say Tsukuyomi, because if you get hit by Tsukuyomi, you are fucked. You're
dead.
absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
While with Sadara's shit, from what Jay just told me, it's like a black hole. It has to like take you in and then snipe you. To be fair, I would assume if you scale high enough, you could just negate that, right? Or that wouldn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like think of a Mataratsu, like with Jigen or anyone else. Like they got hit and they either absorbed it or they just shoved it off or they just said, "Oh, get this fucking fodder ass shit out of here." You know what I mean? Like so, like again, like that's what I'm basically getting at. You know what I mean? Like it just depends. You know?
Yeah. Well, we'll give her a take after. Let's see what he has to say, but it's not black and white when he says strongest. But let's see.
Felt as though it's only appropriate, now that we know what that Mangekyou Sharingan does, to rank that ability amongst all of the other MS abilities we've ever seen. But before we get into the list, I want to do a quick honorable mention, or more kind of an elaboration on the rules of how we're setting up today's
Okay,
list.
he's gonna say that.
We're ranking our individual Mangekyou Sharingan abilities.
Individual.
That is, say, abilities that are tied to one Mangekyou Sharingan.
Gotcha.
That's not necessarily the most accurate synopsis of all time, because some abilities like Kodomatsukame were tied to both of Shisui's Mangekyou Sharingan, but we're not entirely sure if the versions of Kodomatsukame were the same in each of Shisui's eyes. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that I'm not going to be including Susanoo on this list.
Right. But there was some evidence to explain the difference between the two.
There was. There was.
The derived jutsus that come from this Mangekyou Sharingan.
Because like from my knowledge, Jay, like in the 5-10 Summit, it didn't require eye contact, but it's like weaker. But then when Itachi used the other one, like when it had eye contact, it's like really strong.
Yeah.
Like to where it affects Edo's.
It was like
it was so fucking powerful. Like Itachi as an Edo was controlled.
Which is insane.
And mind you, Infinite Tsukuyomi, a 6-path Genjutsu couldn't control Edo's.
That's
not even
crazy.
Infinite Tsukuyomi.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But Shisui could.
It was like
you know what I mean? So like
it seems theoretically like the one Danzo had was more of a passive Kodomatsukami, while conversely the one that Itachi kept was like an aggressive instant trance. Like and he's an Edo.
Like very strong.
Yeah, it was like an intense just surge of chakra that trances you immediately, and you immediately like.
But it's like it completely just rewires you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And then Danzo was like passive, like it was like subtle and passive.
Like a normal ass Genjutsu, basically.
Exactly.
Just no eye contact, which is pretty cool because most Genjutsu with the Sharingan requires eye contact.
He was able to use that to his advantage too at the summit, so it was pretty cool usage.
Kamui Raikiri gives you Kamui Shuriken, and so on and so forth. Amaterasu doesn't only give you Amaterasu, it also gives you Flame Wrapping Fire. And thus today, if we were to include Susanoo on our list, not only would we be here.
Oh, that's not true. No, Sasuke had another ability.
Yeah, it was like a whole separate.
He said. Yeah, no, that's a separate thing because that's talking about manipulation of flame control. Yeah. That's what Sasuke's other MS ability was. It was to shoot it out, and then the other one was basically two Amaterasu abilities. Like he was kind of fucked, unfortunately, Sasuke.
Yeah, it was cooked.
But it was really strong though because Amaterasu for the most part. I'm not trying to say Amaterasu's fucking garbage, but like unless it was like against a low Kage opponent. or a mid Kage or like a Jonin, you know what I mean? Then yeah, they're fucked. But if you were like beyond that, it didn't really do shit. There's so many ways to deal with it. Like Gara
Yeah,
could block it with
speed,
sand.
block
Fucking
it.
Raikage could deal with it with speed.
Yeah,
Yeah. If you have armor, you could just take your armor off like Madara did. Like
tank it.
there's so many ways
Yeah,
to deal with it. Yeah, you know. So like, so again, like, so it was like it wasn't really that crazy. It was
yeah,
insane against V2 Jinchuriki though, which is a big
yeah. It was
deal
like the
because V2
kryptonite.
Jinchuriki, yeah, are fucking broken with durability, right?
Yeah,
And so the fact that it shitted on what the Three Tails dude, like
yeah.
that's insane.
Cooked him.
You know what I
Cooked
mean?
him.
Because
Yeah,
when it yeah, because mind you, Toby Robin, that's why he lost to Ken again, more than likely. He just couldn't deal with the V2, you know, chakra armor and shit, right?
yeah. Too durable.
And so like, so don't get me wrong, like it's pretty fucking strong, but you get the point, right? It's not competent in execution,
Not
right?
mobile
And again,
enough.
that's why it's
Yeah,
important what we're talking about, because if we're talking about like the success rate of MSs, you know what I mean? Amaterasu is like the worst one then,
that's
technically. You know what I
true.
mean? Like,
That's true. The success rate is low
yeah, you know,
because
like, yeah,
it's not malleable, right? Because Sasuke needed to use flame
yeah.
control to actually mold. Like,
That's what made it broken. That's what
yeah,
actually made it dangerous when he was using it as a shield, you know,
yeah.
or to weaponize it against Naruto, like and when they were fighting six pack, like that was fucking cool,
That was
you
a
know.
creative usage and made it
But if he
more.
clutches you, you're fucked.
Yeah, it made
Yeah.
it more. Yeah, it made it more dangerous and threatening because he was able to mold it literally, like config, like manipulate the shape of the flames and make them
That's the only
spikes.
reason why he lived against Raikage.
Literally, yeah, he
Yeah,
would have
he
been
only
cooked.
survived because of that.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
would have literally
yeah.
died. He would have been cooked. But
So,
let's see what he says here.
A single derived jutsu that comes from the Susanoo, Majestic Attire Susanoo, Yada Mirror, Totsuka Blade, Susanoo Chidori, Susanoo Captive Slash, Tengai Shinsei, and so many other more. But also because of how individual the Susanoo is to the specific people using it, there's really no
but he's
accurate way
counting
to
the
stamp
Susanoo as an
Indra
MS.
Susanoo
Okay,
is
that's fair.
incomparable to that
Yeah.
of Itachi's, in the same way that Sasuke Susanoo is incomparable to that of Shisui. The strength
I
of a
feel like that's.
Susanoo is relative to the person
I
using it,
don't.
something that can't necessarily be
I
said
hope
for
he's
all
not
the other
counting that,
abilities
Jay,
we're going to be
because
talking
Yeah,
I
about.
feel like
I
that's a different
think
At least
so.
not
Yeah, that's
discussion. Like the ranking, you know, I would rank
yeah,
Susanos as a like I get it, it's part of it, but that's different. I say do a ranking Susanoo video, not a ranking MS. You know
I
what I mean? Like
agree.
that's not,
Yeah,
you
and that
know,
would be very obvious.
because that's
Obviously,
a whole
Sasuke.
different ball game. If we're talking about Susanos, like
Yeah,
let's be real, the most strongest, insane one hacks wise, right, would be Kakashi's.
yeah.
And if
Hacks
we're
wise,
talking about
yeah,
raw power scaling, then it would be Sasuke. It would
yeah.
be
That
Sasuke.
would be an
You know,
easy ranking video too. It would have be
um,
like that'd be a very simple video because
yeah.
it's very obvious. That's yeah.
I
Let's
think
see.
we should keep
Capacity.
Susano out of it. I hope
Yeah,
that's what he
I
does.
hope he does. Yeah, I think he said that, but let me
And thus,
see.
while Susanoo undoubtedly has the chops to be considered the strongest Mangekyou Sharingan ability, especially once you get into like DMS Kakashi tier, where you have a perfect flying Susanoo that's able to equip combo to basically any and all of its moves, because the majority of Susanoo techniques rely on some other Mangekyou Sharingan techniques, including the Susanoo kind of just muddies the argument. So with that out of the way, let's get into our actual list. And
Okay.
thus, coming up at number 6, in last place on our list, ranking all of the Mangekyou Sharingan
That's
abilities,
interesting.
Naruto,
Oh, okay.
we have
Gotcha.
Amaterasu. Listen,
Wait.
Amaterasu is such a bad
Wait,
Mangekyou
last?
Sharingan ability that they
Damn.
had to give Sasuke a separate Mangekyou Sharingan ability.
Wait.
Oh
Ah.
shit. Okay, he said number 6, so there's 5 in
No.
front.
Wait. If we're counting if we're counting Boruto as well, like Shin's ability was fucking dog shit.
That was dog shit. Yeah.
Remember Shin?
Shin was
where his
poo-poo.
MS was like if he touched a weapon, like and then nah, I have Amaterasu
I
over
feel like
Shin's
there's more
ability
than
all
5.
day, every
Like
day.
the only 6, like Tsukiyomi, Amaterasu, Flame
why?
Control, Kodomatsu Kami, Sarada's. Okay,
Two
maybe,
variants of
maybe,
Kodo.
yeah, maybe. I guess unless he has. Oh yeah, Conley's
Shin,
another
but there's
one.
Shin too.
Shin. Maybe he's gonna like.
Yeah, there's two Kamui. There's
Yeah,
actually
2 Conways.
there's two Kamuis. You phase your body and or warp them in or snipe with Kakashi. You know what I
Damn.
mean? So
I
like,
guess.
there's a
Yeah. I wonder what's he gonna have on this list, but we'll see.
Madara. Like, I guess he's not counting Madara either.
Yeah, he's probably if it's only 6, he's probably not counting it.
Sharingan abilities we've seen all throughout Naruto. Now that's mostly because almost half of the Mangekyou Sharingan users we've ever seen have been from the Fugaku.
No, we've seen Shin.
Yeah, Shin
Does he
is
not
second.
count Shin?
Maybe he won't even count that. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's not gonna count that shit. Shin would have been
If
the.
not counting Shin, then I can understand that.
Yeah,
I can
actually, I
understand
see
that.
it. See the vision. Yeah.
But like, Yeah, I can see the vision. But then again, like here's another thing though. Like, do you really have a Mataratsu over Kodo Matsukami? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because I feel like a Mataratsu in a combat prowess sense, I think is
Right.
definitely more reliable than fucking Kodo, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like if we're like
Success rate.
again, this is why it's important. It depends on what we're talking about. Like if we're talking, let's say we're talking about a team battle, right? What's gonna be more better, a Mataratsu or Kodo? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like fucking because like the hardcore Kodo requires eye contact to like really like where you're just fucked, right? You're
It's
controlled, you
less
can't do
practical.
anything.
Yeah, it's less
So that's
practical.
not really that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then like the other Kodo is like it doesn't require contact, but it's like a weaker, more subtle, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
version.
passive.
But as long
Yeah.
as someone touches you, right, and knows that something's wrong with your chakra, whatever, blah, then it doesn't really matter, you know. So like again, like I feel like in a team in Mataratsu where you're just shooting very instantaneous flames is gonna be more like of a problem than a fucking eye contact requiring Kodo or fucking you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. You know, like
Right.
now if it's 1v1, then I would say Kodo. I would say
Right. Yeah.
Kodo because
Oh, for
obviously
sure.
you're
For
gonna Genjutsu,
sure.
you're fucked. You know?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
he should have been more
But
thorough in his what he meant by strongest. That's what I think he should have done.
Inherited bloodline
yeah.
traits. And yet, even though we've seen 3 users of the Amaterasu or Amaterasu-derived abilities, anytime it's ever had to become remotely useful, it's had to been heavily augmented, whether that be through Kakutsuchi or Ohirame. But that doesn't mean that it's a useless ability by itself. Amaterasu, after all, is known as the highest possible level of fire release, an ability that produces black, infinitely burning flames at the focal point of the user's vision. And usually because Amaterasu can simply be fired and cast onto somebody by looking at
Also
them,
one-shot that fucking dog.
It did.
That's a feat.
That
That's
was
a
a
feat.
feat. That
Like,
fucking dog
let's
is a
pause this real
bitch.
quick. That's a feat. That
That
fucking
dog is a
dog tanked
bitch.
a massive KCM Ryzen Shuriken. A massive
Yeah.
KCM Ryzen Shuriken, bro. Ate that shit.
Ate it.
But then
Ate it.
Natachi does his Mataratsu and he was gone. And
That shit
mind
started
you,
whimpering.
that's a big deal because that dog, that dog has a hacks ability where if it gets beat up, it splits, right? So
Yeah.
you just can't beat it, right? You can't. Nah, Itachi's like, nope, not today. And it got hit by a Ryzen Chicken from KCM Naruto, and that did nothing.
That's crazy. That just shows like
like again, a Mataratsu's no joke, bro. If
the
it hits,
destructive.
you know what I mean?
Very destructive. Yeah, it's very destructive. The destructive capacity
Against a
of it.
hacks dog that was practically immortal, like
Yeah.
come on, bro.
That just shows the AP versus DC, like the destructive capacity just incinerated that shit. I was like, damn, bro, that's a
Like it's
feat.
better than the Rising Shuriken. As
Yeah.
crazy as that sounds, it's better than the Rising Shuriken in at
Like,
least execution, right?
yeah, in terms of like long-term damage for sure. It's definitely
intercepted, dodged, and blocked several times. And even if hypothetically the Amaterasu flames do find their mark, there is plenty of defenses against burning to death. Whether that's Naruto's KCM1 cloak, Gaara's chakra infused sand, almighty push, turning yourself into a tentacle and then swimming away, absorbing the flames.
Nagatsu almighty push that shit off his body.
Karma seal, space-time ninjutsu being the Jinchuriki of the 10 tails in general. And oh yeah, you can also seal Amaterasu. Jiraiya did it. So not only if you have enough speed as the
so he just listed all the 100 fucking ways to counter Amaterasu, by the way.
That's crazy.
In fact, pretty much the only time that Amaterasu has ever been effective in burning
he's not wrong though.
No, he's not. He's not.
Fire wrapping seal to wrap his Susanoo ribcage in Amaterasu, which was an Amaterasu ability and not a Kakutsuchi ability, which is odd. And then lured the 4th Raikage A into chopping said ribcage. But even in that scenario, when A's hand was engulfed in blood,
that's not true that Amaterasu was only successful at that point in time, though. It was successful against A. It was successful against the Three Tails, the dog.
Yeah, there's definitely more moments than just that moment.
That's not true.
Yeah.
He burned his way out of Jiraiya's toad stomach are the only 2 times that Amaterasu has ever really injured anything. Oh, Nick, what about when Itachi caught Yager
the toad stomach.
I mean, that happened. It's technically filler, but it did happen.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about.
And I mean, like, Yager survived that technically. It was being broken out of Obito's Genjutsu that actually killed him. And then some of you are also probably like, oh, but what about when Itachi hit Nagato with Amaterasu? Like, he literally pushed it off himself 3 seconds later. He was an Edo Tensai. It barely mattered. It's not a good jutsu. I mean, it's a great jutsu, but relative to all the other Mangekyou Sharingan abilities, it's just not that good. But speaking of abilities,
it also forced Obito to do Kamui or Izanagi, one of the two. Yeah, point blank.
That
Like it
shit would
was
have
so
killed him.
fast, like point blank, it blitzed Obito.
Yeah, and he even
It
said
blitzed
that shit
Obito
would
on
have killed
point
me.
blank range. Like again, if you're like this is why like Amaterasu is such a weird one. Like again, if we're talking about like success rates against like very dangerous individuals, then yeah, it's fucking dog shit,
It's
right? In
shit. Yeah,
comparison
it's
to the
shit.
other MS abilities. But again, if it hits though, right? And especially with how fast it is, like bro, if you're in front of someone face to face and you launch Amaterasu, they're not dodging that. It's literally almost impossible. Like it's just
Yeah,
instantaneous. That's why Obito got hit by it, you know.
yeah. Even his
And
ass
he
got
only
hit.
survived due to either Kamui or either not. And then Obito was shooken up from it. He was like, damn, if Itachi didn't know everything about me, that would have worked, you know.
Yeah.
So again, like Amaterasu is no joke. So like he said a moment ago, like it's not really great in damage. Yeah, that's not true. Like we've
No,
seen
it
plenty of
definitely
feats
damages.
where
Yeah,
it will fuck your shit up. It
yeah,
can kill Obito.
yeah. That
Like
should have killed him.
you know, so
Yeah, it definitely. If it hits, it will definitely.
yeah.
Unless
So
you're
I
like
disagree with that.
fucking Jigen, it's gonna damage you. It's gonna damage you for sure.
But see, what I'm getting though with this Jay is it feels
Yeah,
like he's talking more of like for like a convenience value of ranking it then, like you know, or
right.
how successful it is.
That's what it
And it's the
seems like.
case. I agree.
Yeah, if it
Yeah,
comes to if
yeah,
that's the specific criteria in question, then yeah, I agree with
yeah.
that. It's not successful
but not
historically.
all that good relative to
Yeah.
other Mangekyou Sharingan abilities.
Like Jigen
Let's
just
talk about
stood
our
there
number
and ate
5
that
spot.
shit.
That bit he
Coming
literally
in
fucking
front
ate
of the
it.
list, ranking all of the Mangekyou
Kodo?
Sharingan
Okay.
abilities in Naruto, we have Kodo Matsukame. Yeah,
He fucking
So he does
swallowed
have
it.
speaking of
Kodo above
overhyped
Amaterasu.
abilities,
Okay, that's
Kodo
interesting.
Matsukame,
Okay.
Yeah.
the most overhyped jutsu in the entirety of the Naruto universe, wielded by none other than Naruto's version of Potential Man, Shisui. Oh, there's a video idea for the Weeb Commander, anime's top potential men, ranked and explained. Megami 1, Shisui 2. I got nothing for 3. Chad for 3. Vegeta 4.
Fucking Chad.
Ooh, people are gonna be mad about that video. Oh wait, no, it's Gohan, obviously. Oh,
Chad
we're
had
gonna
no
make that
potential for.
video
If he's talking about Bleach, Chad, that dude had no potential. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
so
He was a Chad, but he wasn't like no
I'm
nothing
not gonna
special.
lie, he is kind of low key like disrespecting Shisui though. Like Shisui
Yeah,
wasn't a like some fodder though.
he wasn't
That
fodder.
dude had a
Yeah,
run on site order. He had a run on site order just like Minato with the fucking nations and shit. He could cast his Genjutsu on platoons of Lokage, Ninja, Anbu, whatever, like and just deal with them, no diff them. Like he was in the same par level of Itachi. And
yeah.
mind you, this is the same Itachi that was over Hiruzen and Danzo. Okay,
Facts.
he was similar to Itachi at that point.
Yep.
What's it called? They fought. They both beat each other multiple times. So like Shishui is not like a fucking weak ass fight. Like again, I know he lost to Danzo, right? But
Yeah.
if you analyze all three contexts, it was always getting off guard,
Yeah,
and
he
that's just
definitely got
because
off guarded.
Shishui's a fucking. He's basically Naruto. He's a fucking idiot. He's too kind. That's
Yeah.
his problem. You want to
Yeah.
know why Itachi don't get off guard or nothing? Because he don't play the fuck around.
He's
He's
cold.
always to the fuck. He's cold. Yeah, like he don't fucking play. Okay, Shishui is an idiot. He dropped his guard. He no div Danzo right off the whip. Thought he beat him, and then he got fucking off guard by Izanagi,
Izanagi.
which again is a
Facts.
reality warping genjutsu that it like consistency wise has never ever been dealt with successfully.
Never.
Ever. Every time it's been used, it always worked. Every
Yeah.
fucking time. Obito used it, it worked. Fucking Shishui, not Shishui, Danzo used it, it worked. It even worked on Sasuke, but the only reason why Sasuke didn't die is because he still had his Susanoo activated.
Yeah, he just
and Danzo's
defended it
retarded
every time.
ass. Yeah, and Danzo's retarded ass was like, oh, let me use a kunai and announce that I'm still alive.
Oh,
And then
retard.
and then that's yeah, he's a fucking idiot. Like, and then but I'll never forget Sasuke's face. He was fucking shook. He was like, "What the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
you're
he shit
alive?
bricks.
Like, huh?"
Yeah.
You know, so like again, like even Sasuke would have died technically, but plot right and conveniently he still had Susanoo on. Okay, so he
Facts.
didn't get beat the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what happened to Shishui. Shishui didn't have his Susanoo on. You know, so again, like there's context, whatever, blah blah, you name it. So like. Low key, he is dogging him, you know, but
Low key.
I just want to put that out. He's not trash. Like, I'm sorry. You want to know what fucking trash is? Okay. You want to know what fucking trash is? A hit on in Kakuzu. That's dog shit.
Kiba.
Okay?
Yeah.
Or Tobirama.
Yeah.
Tobirama.
Tobirama, Kiba,
Fucking,
Tenten. Yeah, dude. That's the fraud.
Shishu was literally relevant. Here's the crazy thing. Shishu is literally relevant throughout the entirety of the story of fucking Naruto while being dead.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you
how
know,
valuable his eyes were.
Get out of here.
Like, bro. That's
Literally,
wild.
like Danzo needed it, Itachi needed it. Like, shut the fuck
I mean, fucking Itachi saved the world
Like,
of it.
better
Like,
yet, if it
bro.
wasn't for Shishui, Itachi would have killed Itachi and Nagato would have killed Naruto and Killer Bee, and the war would have ended right there and then.
Yep.
If it
Or
wasn't
took
for
him.
Shishui, if you think about it, it
Yep.
was because of Shishui's eye. That's the only reason why Itachi came
Savior.
to their side. You know,
Yeah, you gotta stop hating on
so
Seiichiro. Like,
yep.
bro,
So
Danzo is a bitch. He had to sneak
literally,
him. Like,
bro.
he sneaked him like a bitch. Like, he didn't do shit. Like, bro.
Yeah, yeah. In the book, in the game, he used a bug, and he had a bug from like this clan dude, whatever, that bit Shishui while off guard. Like he was just
He's a
chilling in the
bitch,
village.
bro.
He got bit by a bug. You know what I mean? And then now he's poisoned and can't move. And then Danzo took his eye because of that. And then when he took his eye, his adrenaline came. So then he could move. And he's still fighting Danzo and an entire fucking platoon of Ambu while poisoned, missing an eye, okay, you know what I mean? And then goes into Susanoo to get him out, and then goes to Itachi. I mean, like,
Facts.
again, like, Shishui, he's not a fucking weak-ass bitch, like people will be
No,
saying. Like,
that's
he's
cap.
not.
He's not. Danzo is just a
So,
bitch. Like, he likes sneaking people. That's all it is.
So far from done with this one.
Yeah.
Anyways, Kodomatsukame is not nearly as good a genjutsu as we are constantly told that it is. And definitely not good enough to justify apparently one of the strongest Uchihas of all time having it for both of his Mangekyou Sharingan abilities. See, the Kodomatsukame should be strong. It's genjutsu so incredibly powerful that without eye contact, that is to say that the user can simply see somebody and use Kodomatsukame to waltz into their mind to completely change who they are as a person. They can give that person phantom experiences, trump up the worst parts of their personality, or even make them forget people, places, or things that were important to them previously. And the most impressive part of all of this is that the person who is under the effects of this genjutsu has no idea. However, there's one drawback. I lied. There's not just one drawback. There's several drawbacks. One we learned from Itachi when he used the crow bearing the last of Shisui's Kodomatsukame eyes to break himself out of the control of Kabuto when he was brought back as an Air
that's the eye
Tensei
contact
reincarnation.
one.
That after
Yeah, that's
Kodomatsukame
the
was used
intense
on
one.
him, it wouldn't be able to be
You don't know.
reused for up to
Yeah,
8
facts.
decades. And while there
basic.
are ways to abbreviate the cooldown period of the Kodomatsukame, those ways are just having Hashirama Senju cells. But even with Hashirama's cells and so much more grafted onto his body, Danzo acknowledges the fact that he's unable to use Kodomatsukame several times in one day. But it doesn't end there. This genjutsu that Shisui would only be able to use once every decade.
See, no, I don't agree with this. Like, this is a large gray area, Jay. Like, he's
Yep.
over here, like, trying to basically say, oh, like, the way it's is, like, when you use it, oh, now you gotta wait, like, decades, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of variables and unknown things that we just don't know. So I kind of talked about this a little bit,
He
too.
did. He did, yeah.
But, like, we don't know, like, you can't just assume that, oh, Shishui can only use it, like, once in a lifetime, or blah, blah. There's no way that's the fucking case, because if you take the novels into consideration, and along with everything, like he's actually used this several times with like way less than a decade. Again, that's if you count the novels and whatnot. So like there's that. But even if we didn't even bring the novels up, like it's really weird to say Shishui is the only Uchiha that can't spam his MS ability.
Yeah.
That's just never been shown. Like consistency wise, like they're always spamming it. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
So that's a little weird that he can't do that and that only Hashirama cells. Like, yeah, sure, Hashirama cells, that can be a factor to let it be used, you know, a lot more frequently because it's Hashirama, right? It's a fucking, you know. But like I wouldn't say that's the only way, right? I think being a little bit of a disservice to Shishui.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Shishui would be the exception as well, right? And Hashirama cells. Like a lot of people get that confused for some reason. And there's just not evidence really to prove that, right? Or substantiate that.
It's not mutually exclusive.
If anything, I'd say the opposite. You know, like because from what we always see with the MSs, they all spam it. You know what I mean? And then they eventually go blind. You know, so
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Yeah.
He's acting as if those two things are mutually exclusive, which are not. Like, yeah, he has Hashirama cells, but it could simply be that on also that Shishu was also able to do this.
Uchiha.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like it's not mutually exclusive, and we only saw very few instances of the Makoto Matsukami being utilized. So it's all speculation. He's just not giving Shishui the benefit of the doubt, essentially. He's just kind of downplaying, like not downplaying, but rather making it very binary. It's either this or that, but it's more complicated than that.
And then Jay, before we like moving it forward, like just to I feel like this one is like gonna be definitely one of the most contentious ones. Mataratsu and Kodomatsukami. Like, how do you rank that though? Like, what do you agree, or do you think it depends?
I think it's
I think it is
certainly,
interesting, but
yeah, I think it certainly depends. Because if it comes down to if it hits, what's more dangerous, then it's I would say probably the Kodo Matsukami, especially the more intense one, because you're
yeah,
literally at the mercy of the person that
yeah, yeah.
has
Connecting in Edo
captured
is
you in it.
insane. That's
Yeah, even
insane.
in Edo Tensei, which is insane, which again, not even the Infinite Tsukuyomi was capable of replicating the same feat.
Yeah,
So if it comes to that, then sure. If it comes to success rates, Amaterasu more than likely has a better. I guess it depends on who you're
it
fighting
has
as
a better
well, but
success
yeah,
rate technically than Kodo too. Yeah,
yeah,
it did fuck up a lot. Like, you think about it. Kodo only it did yeah. When Donzo used it, someone just something's wrong, right?
they
Because they could
noticed
tell
it.
its personality was different.
Yeah,
He and all it, the only it's you could easily negate it by either having a Byakugan or a fucking Sharingan, right? You'd see
yeah,
their chakra flow, bam, right? So like success rate goes out the fucking window. Or if you know the person, right, and they're clearly not acting how they normally act, you know what I mean? You can tell. So that's how they found out. He wasn't acting how he normally acts, so then the
yeah,
guy activated his Byakugan. You know what I mean? And mind you, they weren't close friends with the guy. He was a fucking samurai dude.
yeah. It was
They
just
didn't
some
even know him,
mediator.
but they
Yeah,
knew something was off, you know?
exactly.
So like so that's what I'm saying. Like for success rates and whatnot, that was a really shitty showing.
Yeah,
And then on top of it, like literally the only time it actually saved the fucking day was what Jay said, the
yeah,
actual hardcore one, right?
yep,
So like but again, we're talking not about if it hits. We already talked about that about the success rate. Amaterasu though, it did work on many people. It worked on
yeah.
Sasuke. It
Yeah,
worked on Three
affected many
Tails.
people.
It worked on a lot of fucking people. It worked on Raikage. You know what I mean? Like the whole nine. You
Yeah,
know, so
empirically, it has better has have more success than the Kodo. The Kodo literally only has that one feat with Itachi and with the crow.
yeah.
That's basically all we
So
have.
like for success rates or just in general, I have Amaterasu actually over Kodo.
Yeah,
That's just me. You know what I
higher
mean?
success.
Yeah. Now if it hits, then Kodo.
Kodo, yeah,
But
you're cooked to no matter who you are.
but yeah, for all around, like for team battles, for 1v1 scenarios, for success rate, I got a Matarazzo. That's just
Yeah,
me. You know what I mean?
Amaterasu is definitely
Um,
more
what's it
successful.
called? You know?
Yeah, and I think that
Yeah.
even Sisri being named Sisri of the Body Flicker, he's known more for his speed than his Kodo anyway, meaning he never really utilized it probably heavily because of the success rate.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that just shows a greater
That's
probability
what I'm saying.
of the
So like that's what
possibility.
I'm saying. Like I disagree with NC Hammer there. I
Yeah,
disagree because he's saying like it's more all around convenient the other way around. But I don't no, I wouldn't agree with that. You know what I mean? Kodo only has two fucking showings.
yeah,
Like
and
Amaterasu has all kinds of showings. And yeah, don't get me wrong, we made fun of it already. We talked about it, but it was more successful though than Kodo. It was.
it was historically,
Like
empirically, it was more
so
successful. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I feel like
no,
I feel like NC Hammer should have been more concise with his criteria to make it
yeah.
more understandable how why he's ranking these
Because
abilities
all
the
he
way he
said was the
is.
strongest, right? He
Yeah,
said
it's
the
very
strongest,
vague.
and then
It's
he also
vague.
said for like all around convenience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's vague because
So
it's not clear cut, and the way he's ranking this, I don't know. It's I think he shot himself in the foot not being more concise with the criteria,
He's
but
also completely detectable by
yeah,
anybody with a Byakugan, and probably some people with Sharingans.
yeah, we
And
said
once
that.
somebody who
Yeah.
has been
yeah,
affected by Kodo Matsukame is seen to be under the effects of it, they can be broken out of Kodo Matsukame as easily as any other Genjutsu. So yeah, it's a Genjutsu you can use once every decade, and its biggest weakness is anybody who can see
Honestly, he's
chakra
not
flow. Yes,
wrong.
one can accomplish it.
yeah.
It's
Itachi got that
powerful, but it's
Kodo
also
Matsukami with his
completely
finger, baby.
ineffective with
With
the
his
confines of
finger.
Konoha,
That's
which is
facts.
where Shisui plans to use it. So with
That
all of
is
that taken
facts.
The
into
goat.
account, Kodo
That
Matsukame
dude
gets our
said,
second
"Hold
to
my
last
Kodo,
spot
bitch, with
at
his
5.
fucking
And to
finger."
this point in time, we actually got to get into
W.
some of the good Mangekyou Sharingan abilities.
No
Because
eye
coming up at number
contact,
4
just
on
the
our list,
finger.
ranking all of the
Oh
Mangekyou
shit.
Sharingan abilities in Naruto, we have Kagutsuchi. Now listen, Kagutsuchi is
Okay.
basically just an Amaterasu derivative ability, but it is an
Oh, so he
Amaterasu
has to
derivative ability that
He has that
makes
as a
have that.
separate
Amaterasu
ability.
an actually okay Mangekyou Sharingan ability. See, if we're
Okay.
being
Oh,
entirely real,
okay.
Sasuke kind of gets cheaped out by his second Mangekyou Sharingan ability being Kagutsuchi. See, because Kagutsuchi is technically just shape transformation applied to the black flames of Amaterasu. That'd be like if Naruto had two Mangekyou Sharingan, and one of his Mangekyou Sharingan abilities was the Rasengan, and the other was the Rasen Shuriken. Like, feasibly, there's really no reason that Sasuke should have been able to apply shape transformation to his Amaterasu in the first place. But still, being able to apply shape transformation to the Amaterasu is pretty big. See, because now that Amaterasu is no longer just a ball of black flame shot out of an eyeball that's very easily dodgeable, blockable, or interceptable, and it can instead be applied to things like Susanoo arrows, swords, rib cages, there are a million more ways that you can get Amaterasu on somebody else's body and get said body burning. And that's exactly what Sasuke does. See, whether it's wielding his own Amaterasu in his hand without having to worry about being burned, creating swords out of Amaterasu that can spike out when swung to reach somebody, blasting his Amaterasu in spiked out directions to impale anybody who's around him, or mixing his Amaterasu with his Chidori to increase its destructive capabilities.
That shit's cool.
Being able to
That
apply
shit was
Chidori?
Amaterasu to
gas.
That's
basically
Yeah, that
everything
shit was
in your
gas.
kit
Yeah.
is a crazy hack to have. Because Amaterasu
He
doesn't
said,
just
"Oh,
burn
no black
people, it
onyx
burns
Chidori, which is also
anything it
badass."
comes
He
in
said,
Yeah, that
"Nah,
shit was
contact
Amaterasu
fire
with."
Chidori
too.
gives
That
you
black
Cash.
Shidora was fire.
Amaterasu can burn other flames, and thus if you cover your
But
Susanoo
she
ribcage
only
in
uses it once,
Amaterasu,
by the
your
way.
Susanoo
To
ribcage
this
Yeah.
day, I never
becomes
understood that.
untouchable.
Yeah, I
If you
never
cover
got
your
that
blade
either.
in
That was
Amaterasu,
weird.
blocking that blade with your own causes your blade to burn away. It essentially makes your defenses impregnable and your offense
Okay, so we're basically on the
unblockable.
same
And thus, for
page with
all
this
those
ability. I didn't know he
reasons,
was separating the
Kagutsuchi gets our
ability.
number
Yeah,
one
me
Again,
either.
though,
spot, which brings us to our
the context matters. If we're talking about if it hits, I would still lean Makoto, regardless of this
Yeah,
ability.
if it hits, yeah, for
If
sure.
it hits, yeah. But if we're talking about all around in general convenience, whether if it's combat, 1v1, team battle, or or success rate, obviously a moderate, especially this ability, right?
Yeah, very malleable, very
Because
versatile.
this one's very, very versatile, and if it wasn't for this ability, Sasuke would have died against the Raikage.
He would have got cooked.
So
Yeah, he would have got cooked. He would have been eliminated and probably died that day. Definitely without that shit. He would have got cooked.
number 3 entry, the actual best Genjutsu one can get from Mangekyou Sharingan, because coming up at number 3
Oh
on our list,
shit.
ranking all of the Mangekyou Sharingan abilities in Naruto,
Hey,
we
W Itachi fan.
have
is
Tsukuyomi. Listen,
there
it might require eye contact to pull off
number
this
4
Genjutsu,
though?
and
Damn.
that's a
That's
point for
wild.
Kodo Matsukame, but you know it's not a point for Kodo Matsukame? The fact that Tsukuyomi takes milliseconds to use. Or
Facts.
hypothetically, if somebody was watching a fight between Kakashi and Itachi,
Wasn't it
they
a
with their
peak?
Byakugan
Yeah, it's even less.
Picosecond
It's
though?
actually less than a millisecond. It's a
Yeah, it's
picosecond.
less. Yeah, it's peak.
Yeah,
It's a picosecond,
yeah. That
which is
that that thing
insane.
crazy. That's like a billion. A millisecond is, I believe, a thousandth of a second. A picosecond is a millionth of a second. I mean, excuse me, a billionth of a
Yeah.
second, which is insane. So that's how
But
fast
again,
it is.
like, see, this is a little weird. So, this is where it gets a little weird again because if we're talking like let's say it hits, right? You know what I
Right.
mean? What's like obviously better than fucking Amaterasu.
Yeah. Facts. Facts.
Kodo Matsukami, like they both get the same result done at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Very, very
Um,
potent.
so like it's like who really cares? You know what I mean? But I'll say this though, fucking like then for like all around convenience, right? Like in general, team battles, 1v1s, whatever. Definitely, absolutely over Amaterasu and Kodo, right?
Oh, for sure.
Because again, like you get hit by that bitch, you are
You're
fucked.
cooked. Yeah, you're cooked.
Like remember the team battle with Kakashi,
Yep.
Asuma, and Kurenine?
Yeah.
Itachi hits him with it, and they didn't even know what happened. They were like,
Yeah.
wait, what? Like you were talking one moment, and then you just fell in the water. Like, what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
so it is insane in team battles. It's insane in 1v1s,
Very
especially
potent.
if you're caught off guard and don't know about it.
Yeah.
You can't get any assistance or help, like a Kodo. So, like, I definitely agree with it being above those. I just don't know about it being number 4, right?
Yeah.
Especially
That's
if we're
weird.
talking about it if it hits.
Yeah.
Because if anything, I'd have this over Sadara too.
Yeah.
I'm
This
not
should
lying.
have.
Like if it hits, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're fucking. There's no defending. There's no defense against Tsukiyomi. That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
If you get hit, you're
None.
fucked. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? With Sadara's shit, you can at least to some extent fight back, right? From what I heard,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's
This
all
is
I'm
a very
saying.
again. He should have been more. He should have been more concise with his criteria. It would have made this make a lot more sense to us, probably.
Yeah.
Seen for less than half
Yeah.
a second that Kakashi was under the effects of Genjutsu, but have fun getting over there and breaking him out of said Genjutsu before irreparable damage was done. Even if you were right next to Kakashi and you saw that he got affected by Tsukiyomi, if you reached over as fast as you could and tried to break him out of it, the Genjutsu would probably have run his course before you could get your arm over to him. And even if you
Well, that
are
shit's insane.
real speed,
That shit is
Stabbing a
cooked.
motherfucker
72 hours of
for
torture
Yeah, he
before
like fucking
he
crucified his
finds the fact that within
ass.
the confines of
Like
Tsukiyomi,
Jesus.
Itachi
I was like, Jesus,
millions
bro.
of fucking
or even
like
denied his objectives
Jesus
to the
on
horse without your
steroids.
pants
Yeah, it was like
behind
crucifixion
something like
times
50,000
1,000.
times, tie you up and stab you
Yeah,
on
right there.
crucifix
Pause
for
that shit.
72
That shit is
hours.
crazy.
He made Sasuke watch. He made Sasuke watch him kill his parents for like 3 days straight,
That's
bro.
wild work. That's wild work,
Like
dude.
the whole clan, like, and then the Kakashi got stabbed by like millions of swords for 3 fucking days.
He basically literally
Like,
told
bro.
Kakashi, like, he's like, bitch, you think Jesus suffered? Watch this, bitch. Like, bro, that's crazy. He crucified him and like put it on steroids. I was like, bro, that's fucked up. That is fucked up,
Bro,
bro.
his MS ability was so goated, they literally turned it into Infinite Tsukiyomi to solve all world's problems.
Literally, like, bitch, he's the
They
key.
said infinite, baby.
Yeah, that's what Madara says. Like, bitch,
Yeah.
Itachi's the key. Literally.
Itachi was the key all along.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's like,
Madara was like,
damn.
Itachi, you have the Tsukiyomi?
He's like, bitch, I'm gonna make that
I
infinite.
need that shit.
Yeah, literally.
Yep.
Like, bro, he was always him. Even Hashirama's like, bitch, he's better than I am. Like, facts. That's crazy.
Hours, or give you a nice 80-year-long life where you and him live until you're old
Oh, yeah.
and gray and you have kids.
It's a
and
W
you
girlfriend
live out
death.
a long, nice life as ninjas and there's no war. And then when you're woken
That's
up
what's
from
also
that dream
crazy
when
about
you
it. Yeah,
die
he
of
can
natural
give you
old age
happily
as
ever
Tsukiyomi,
afters.
you're so
Yeah,
sharp when
gave her
you're
heaven
out
for
of
80
That bitch
years.
lived an entire life.
that you
Yeah,
literally
literally 80,
entire life, bro.
80 years
making
in heaven. That's
Tsukiyomi
crazy.
the only Genjutsu canonically that has ever killed. And yeah, there's really no argument to be made that Kodomatsukame is better in any feasible way. The only
Actually
difference
true,
against
by the
Tsukiyomi
way.
is being
Yeah,
such
The
an
only
incredibly
Genjutsu that's killed
talented
people with
Sharingan
Tsukiyomi, yeah.
user, like
Facts.
Sasuke in his
The
battle
W
with
glaze.
Itachi, that you're able to use your Sharingan to break out of the control of Tsukiyomi. And we learned from Itachi Shinden that the time passed within the Genjutsu of Tsukiyomi is 1/100th of 1/1000.
That's the only glaze I
of
accept
1
is
1
Itachi.
of the time.
He's not wrong though. It's the only
Yeah.
Genjutsu that actually killed.
That's facts, though. That's
the real
facts.
world. Meaning you can live for 80 years with your first ever girlfriend in Tsukiyomi in just a matter of seconds. So yeah, it's broken, but not as broken as our number 2.
Oh,
song.
shit.
Coming up at number 2 on our
Oh,
list,
this is number 2? Okay, gotcha.
ranking all of the Mangekyou Sharingan abilities in Naruto, we have Ohirame. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't really, in good faith, put it in the number 1
So
spot.
I'll say this really quick, Jay.
Yeah.
I agree with her being above Tsukiyomi only if it's for like all around convenience.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Like in general, like because like in
Yeah.
a battle scenario,
could snipe
whatever,
and
or
shit.
like team battles, like yeah, that's pretty fucking scary because it doesn't require eye contact, right?
Yep.
Everyone's getting pulled and shit, getting sniped. So yeah, I would agree. It is more convenient. It is more dangerous. You know what I mean in
Yeah.
that regard. But again, if we're talking about if it hits, you know, or what's more dangerous in that factor, I would still have Tsukiyomi over though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Tsukiyomi
And
is
then
so
most
potent.
importantly, one regard that it can do, yeah, Tsukiyomi could also give you a good ending too.
Yeah,
She can't
it's
do that
more
shit, you know what I mean?
immersive.
So like again, like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah, like it's just so much more, you know. So like so again, if I would assume he's on the route of like just all around, right? Just all around
Yeah, it has to
convenience
be.
or the strongest, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something that makes sense because like logically speaking, then I would agree.
Yeah,
You know
at
what I
that
mean?
point,
So
yeah, she can like it seems like she can make multiple of them and shit, like snipe multiple people. It's crazy.
She can control your movement, snipe you, like that's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And multiple of them too.
Yeah, multiple.
Not just
Yeah.
one.
That's wild.
I can't quite say it's the greatest Mangekyou Sharingan ability of all time just yet. On top of that, we don't even know if both of Sarada's eyes use Ohirame or if she has 2 separate abilities like that of her father. Even though her father doesn't.
She could have something else too.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Listen, there is a good argument to be made that Ohirame is actually the strongest Mangekyou Sharingan ability we've ever seen. See, Ohirame, whose specifics we've actually never really talked about on
Let's
this
see.
channel, allow for Sarada to create up to 4 black spheres simultaneously. Now, these black
crazy.
spheres vary in diameter from 5 centimeters all the way up to 250 centimeters. And
How the
these
fuck is she
spheres have
floating? I just
gravitational
realized
pull
that.
I know, what the fuck?
It's like, wait a minute.
mass. That
It's
means
like
the smaller
fucking
they
God
are,
or
the
some
more
shit.
Floating in the
gravitational
air.
pull they have.
That's
And
crazy.
Sarada is able to control the gravitational pull of each and every
What does that
single.
say? No, Orihime is an alternate name for Amaterasu, the sun goddess and chief deity of the Shinto. Oh, this is like some like theology shit,
One of
huh,
these
man?
black spheres individually.
Okay.
Not only choosing how hard it pulls things in, but also choosing what it pulls in.
That's
Whether that be
crazy.
weapons, jutsus, or living things. And by altering what's affected by these gravitational forces and how hard those gravitational forces are pulling that thing in, Sarada
Oh,
is
so it
able
affects
to pull
all
whatever
things
she
too?
wants
Yeah,
Not
out of
just
it.
humans?
she can
Okay.
she
Wow.
can literally like, so she has so much control, she can choose what gets sucked in by it and how strong it gets sucked in. That's pretty fucking crack. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Damn.
So that bitch could say, "Fuck you, I'm taking you, and I'm not taking him," like some type shit like that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
These
wild.
black spheres
So she can
with
defend with it too.
incredible
She
force.
can pull
Yeah.
people
Against
away
these
and pull them.
spheres and
Okay.
slowly
Wow.
That's
but
Damn.
surely
crazy.
crushing them.
That's
And
what I'm
in
saying. Like, that is
Sarada
more
can
convenient than
detonate the spheres
Tsukiyomi.
to
That's
create
Yeah.
an
very,
explosion,
very,
wiping out.
Very
very
versatile.
strong.
Yeah, very strong,
Yeah.
very versatile. She can make 4 of those shits. Like, that's insane.
Who's ever been
Itachi would be
pulled into
proud.
them.
Itachi
Oh,
would be
hell
proud. He's like,
yeah.
yeah, that's my granddaughter.
He's like, that's definitely that's my niece for sure. That's a W.
On account of the fact
Yeah,
that
not
this ability
granddaughter,
is
niece. Fucking
derived
tripping.
from
What's it
Amaterasu,
called? He's
but
like,
is
fuck
rather
yeah.
the inverse of
Yeah, that'd be a
Amaterasu.
He's
W.
like, Sasuke, she making you
is
look
the
like a
name of the sun
bitch.
goddess
That
of the orange,
crash
also
ass
known as
Amaterasu
Yurame.
He's
flame
like,
control.
it's like, your shit is ass, buddy. You had flame control. That's
Also
ass.
uses flames as hot as the sun, while Ohirame focuses on black holes which are created by collapsing stars. Whatever Sarada wants to be affected by her gravitational pull, she has to
But
look
I'm
at.
glad.
Kind of like
I'm
how
glad they gave her
Amaterasu was
something good
fired
though.
with
You know what I
one
mean? Like,
Yeah,
star.
she
you
deserves.
had to.
She's a
Kind of be
beast.
considered a
Yeah.
drawback, but there's another drawback as well, which is
And it's
that
what's
if
even
Sarada elects for
more
Yeah.
impressive is she's half Uchiha. She's
Yep.
not even full Uchiha.
Not
So
even
like
full
it
Uchiha.
takes way more of an effect on her chakra wise, stamina, like, and yet that bitch she's doing her thing, you
Yeah,
know?
she's killing it. I mean,
So
she took on a look at this dude like shitting himself, and that's a Shinji too. That's crazy.
to be considered a drawback, but there's another drawback as well, which is
Yeah.
that if Sarada elects for a living being to be pulled into one of her black spheres, the gravity of that black sphere begins to affect her as well. However, Sarada is able to selectively control the gravitational pull of all of her black spheres around her to counteract this pulling, which not only stops her from being pulled into her own black spheres, but also allows for her to levitate or fly.
Oh, that's why
like
she's levitating.
And so far as Mangekyou Sharingan abilities go, that
that's
is
what.
not
So
only
she
the
can
most
control
complicated
her, even though it affects her too. But she can control it, so it's
That's
not a
fire.
weakness
That's
that
fire.
can be exploited. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
She's smart. She's smart that she did do so
Yeah.
quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she just
She's
just
like, let me
awakened
fly
it.
in this bitch.
Yeah, like she just awakened her
Yeah.
ability, and she's like, "Bitch, I'm gonna start flying." I'm like, "Bro, you just opened the ability. That's
but also
crazy."
probably to this day, the
Insane
coolest
intelligence.
is
That's
its
that
Yeah.
Itachi intelligence right
That's
there.
Itachi
It
intelligence.
does have the potential to be, but for the moment,
Not even Sasuke was that smart. Sasuke's
Nah.
smart, but he wasn't that smart.
Nah, Sasuke would have died. He would have sucked himself in.
Yeah.
Because coming in at #1 on our list,
Oh,
ranking
shit.
all of the Mangekyou Sharingan abilities in Naruto, we have Kamui. It's just so
Honestly, so
broken.
valid,
Now,
though.
listen,
Yeah,
I'm
it's valid. That's a
It is
valid.
broken.
Kamui's
It's
Yeah,
broken.
that shit is
It's
crack as
broken.
fuck.
It was being used
broken.
You can make yourself
That
intangible.
infinite
Fucking.
regeneration on the
That's
side of
crazy.
his
Yeah.
body that his Kamui eye was in, and therefore he was able to use Kamui, and therefore his intangibility way more than any
But look at that.
other
That's so
person would have been able
cold.
to.
That's
Kamui
fucking
was
cold
able
as
to
hell.
use
Standing there.
Kamui less than
Imagine
3
like
times
shooting
over
his
the
ass and he
entire
just
Or
like
series.
goes
remember when he
through him.
walked through Nagato?
Oh
Yeah, Jay, remember when he
shit!
walked through
Yeah,
Nagato too with
yeah.
the white mat? Yeah, he just coming right through it. Like, yo, he
Nagato
did
was like
some
pissing
cold shit.
himself. He's like, "The fuck?" He's like, "Bitch, you can't even touch me." Like, dude, that is crazy. Imagine shooting someone and the fucking bullet just goes through them. Like, bro, that's crazy work, bro.
Yeah.
That's the aura Obito had.
Or like remember that Donzo's henchman? They do this sword moment, goes right through
Oh,
his head, and then bam, he catches it. He's like, bitch.
he's like, "Bitch, you thought." I'm
Please.
like, "That's crazy work." He has so much aura that even
Yeah, so
Minato.
this is
Yeah, that's valid. That's valid.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no,
because
this is actually a correct W take that NC has. Like, yeah,
yeah,
the combo is just broken.
just
It's just
imagine having so much aura that even Minato himself thought you're Madara. Like, that's how much aura Obito had. That's crazy. That's crazy work, bro. And that's all because of Kamui. All because of Kamui. He's phasing through shit. He looks like a fucking like a
But
ghost.
again, I'll say this: no matter what, Tsukiyomi is #1 though. If we're talking about if it hits,
Pure potency.
right? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
success rate, if it hits in success rate, Tsukiyomi is technically #1.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just I don't. It's never. No one's ever beaten it. Okay,
Never.
no, not, and I know you'll probably be like, "Oh, what about Sasuke?" That's bullshit. Itachi let him fucking
Yeah,
out
that
on
was
any of that
cap.
shit.
He was
Okay,
that
it's
was
literally
cap.
been stated verbatim. Yeah, it's been stated verbatim that it's impossible to beat it twice by Itachi himself and Kakashi himself, who
Yeah.
experienced it. So on and so forth, whatever you name it. Itachi literally let him break out of fucking Tsukiyomi.
Yeah, literally, it's like, dude, the
He
dude.
just no, that's
It's
bullshit.
very obvious he was undercover.
What's it
Like, come
called?
on.
There's a lot of context. Exactly. There's a lot of context, a lot of evidence to support that. But regardless, yeah, like success rate, Tsukuyomi's never failed, and when it hits, you're absolutely fucked. There's no way to defend it. You can't even have a teammate help you. You're
Yeah,
literally fucked.
you're
Okay.
cooked.
So again, if we're talking about that, like Kamui, don't get me wrong, it's strong, but like overall, right? But not in the in hit regard though, because
Yeah.
because plenty of people have gotten out of Kamui.
It's not as
Whenever they're
deadly.
getting sucked up, Minato countered it with flying Raijin.
Yep.
Yeah,
Minato.
like Minato countering it with flying Raijin, guys countering it with fucking nunchucks, the
Nunchucks.
whole nine. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like fucking body flicker can
It's
counter it if you
defendable.
count the Naruto movie. Okay,
Yeah.
like it's very defendable. You know what I mean? And the biggest weakness of it too is like when he's sucking you in, he has to no homo. He has to materialize. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like so he's vulnerable when he's
Yeah.
doing that little fucking vacuum shit.
There's
That's
a
when
weakness.
you can hit him,
You
and
draw back.
everybody. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody deduced that weakness.
Yeah.
Everybody. You don't even have to be super intelligent to
And
deduce it.
Naruto
You know what I mean?
cooked
Like,
him. Like,
so
yeah. It's like, bro, you
yeah.
got
So like
cooked.
again, like if we're talking about like it's the success rate and when it hits, Tsukiyomi is still number one. It makes sense. Tachi baby. That's what
Yeah. W
it
Glaze.
is.
Yeah. It is what it is, and
Like I'm not even saying that because like don't get me wrong, like Itachi is my favorite Chia out of all of them. Like that's
yeah.
an utter fact.
This is a fact.
But I'm being dead ass too. Like if we're being like logical, right? Like and talk about if it hits and it's in the success rate, that Tsukiyomi is the only one that always gets it done every fucking time.
This is
Look
a
at
W.
Infinite Tsukiyomi if you even count that technically. You know what I mean? Like
Global
yeah,
scale.
so
Yeah, it's like, come on, bro. What are you talking about here?
Yeah, but if it's all around and convenience in battle, then yeah, Kamui is busted. Like,
Yeah,
Kamui
Kamui.
1v1, it's insane. Team battles, it's insane. Survival, it's insane. You know.
Yeah, BFRing,
That
it's like,
Madara
yeah.
steals his Sharingan eye from him. Now, Kamui, when you boil it down, is a relatively simple jutsu. It allows for the user of the Mangekyou Sharingan to store certain things in a separate dimension, specifically the Kamui dimension. And anything stored inside this Kamui dimension can be accessed only by people with access to the Kamui Mangekyou Sharingan ability. Now, there is a fair to decent possibility that anybody
basically
who's
like
based on
upgraded
jutsu
version
would
of the
be
model
with enough
jutsu.
effort able
Facts.
to
Like, it actually
inside
just
the Kamui dimension.
works
It also
a lot
stands
more.
to
Yeah.
reason that if you were to trap
Less
somebody
ways
like
to defend
Kaguya
it.
inside of the
Yeah.
Kamui dimension, they'd be able to leave rather easily. But for those people who do not have space-time ninjutsu, like flying Raijin or Yamatsu Hirasaka, getting caught inside the Kamui dimension is a death sentence. Not only because they have no way to leave, but also because
if you get
anything
caught,
that is
yeah.
sealed inside
Yeah,
the
if you get
Kamui
caught.
That's the
dimension
problem.
has
Like
its
when you
chakra
get hit
become
by it, you can
completely
get out of it
untraceable.
potentially.
Now,
You
even
know,
though
so that's why
Yeah.
again, it's just
Obito
not.
and
You know.
Kakashi
It's not
are
instant,
Kamui,
yeah.
Their Kamui operates differently. With the right eye
Yeah,
of Obito
and
allowing him
Tsukiyomi's
to
instant.
teleport
You're just
parts of
fucked.
his own
Pico
body
second
into
might
the
as well be
Kamui
fucking
dimension,
instant. You're
making
cooked.
him selectively intangible, or giving him incredible teleportation options. Because the second that Obito wants to leave, either by himself or with somebody else, all he needs to do is warp himself and possibly whoever he's holding on to into the Kamui dimension.
That's another
and then
issue
from the
too.
Kamui
Technically, in
dimension,
theory,
pop out
even if you get
anywhere
hit by it,
else.
if
See,
you have
that's the thing.
flying
If
Raijin
Obito
or some
leaves the Earth,
space-time ninjutsu, I heard there's arguments because of Boruto that you can literally get out
Yeah.
of it, technically.
Someone like him definitely would get
But
out.
from whatever Boruto did, yeah, because like apparently Flying Rising was shown in Boruto where Boruto used it, and mind you, he hasn't even mastered it yet.
Yeah.
Because apparently he made a statement where he's still not as good as his
Yeah,
grandfather, which is
exactly.
insane.
And he used it
Grandpa.
interdimensionally too.
But yeah, he was to travel through. So in theory, even though I know Minato stated that if he got hit, but to be fair, Minato wasn't in the Kamui dimension yet, right?
Yeah, he didn't know.
Maybe
He didn't
until
know.
he got there, then he would have changed his mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't know, and he's obviously not gonna fucking risk it, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like,
Too great a
so
risk.
in theory, he's like, if I probably get hit by that, that's why the battle's over, or I'm dead. That's probably what he means. More
Yeah,
than
he probably thought it
likely,
would kill him. Yeah.
not actually is the case. Yeah,
Yeah.
so again, like that's another issue with it too. Again, you can't do that with Tsukiyomi though. You
Yeah, no,
can't do that. There's
you can't do
there's
shit.
no saving. You know what I mean? There's no defense. You're just
No,
fucked, which is
you're cooked.
ridiculous. But that's
Like,
just how it is.
yeah, that shit is
Yep.
it's like almost instant death. As close to instant as you can get.
That's the Jay, it's ridiculous. Itachi, like, he's just such a fucking asshole. Like, he's the only Uchiha with the MS ability where if it hits, there's no defense at all.
Yeah, you're
Like,
cooked.
the
You're
only
fucking cooked.
one.
And he could choose how to like torture you
Everyone
too.
else can fight back.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's
Yeah.
like, you know what? You're
Like,
cooked,
like
so
it's
I'm
just
gonna
so
choose.
degrading, so
Yeah,
humiliating. Like,
he
Itachi's
could.
just a savage,
He's a
bro.
savage, dude.
He's
Like
just a
he put
savage.
Jesus crucifixion to shame with
Uh,
Kakashi. I'm like, bro, that's cold, man. That's crazy. That's another level of
telling
cold.
you.
Yeah, that's wild. That's a W.
Dimension using Kamui, he doesn't have to come back to the spot that he left. Upon returning to the Kamui dimension, Obito can go anywhere, and he doesn't necessarily need to designate the location that he's portaling off to while he's using the technique, which leads a lot of people to believe that it's actually flying Raijin.
Transportation's
But it's
dope
not.
too.
The
Yeah, I
selective
forgot about
Yeah,
that.
it's
intangibility
fire.
doesn't technically make Obito invulnerable. See, well, yes, it's intangibility, and this is the thing that a lot of
W
people don't
guy.
know, activates subconsciously. Obito's not constantly
Mhm.
choosing what parts of his body to send to the Kamui
Obito's
dimension.
fatigue, to
Simply
be
by
fair,
activating
but
his
still
Yeah,
W.
facts,
Kamui, his
facts.
body
Yeah, still W.
reflexively braces itself for combat and contact.
Motherfucker be
By
like, oh,
sending
he's
away the
sky
parts of his
level.
body that are about to be combat.
Literally, like,
However,
come on,
because of
bro.
this, if Obito wants to
Some
touch
bullshit.
anything that he wasn't touching prior to the activation of the Kamui, he has to make his whole body tangible again, which is how Minato
W Minato.
was able to hit him with a Rasengan. The other weakness is that Obito is
Yeah,
an
like, see, like right here, this is a point,
teleportation
blatant example. Like,
Yeah.
it has weakness. That's
When
the
when he's
problem.
fighting that guy, someone that's that guy, he gets cooked. That's what happens with Minato. When
Yeah,
Naruto, KCM2, like, bro, you're
right.
gonna get
But if
cooked.
Minato got hit by Tsukiyomi,
Cooked.
he's
Yeah, he would have been cooked.
cooked.
He would have been like, bitch, you think your speed's gonna help you here? I'm gonna cook you. And then look at him and he's cooked. Like, bro, that's just not the way
Kamui.
this
Because
works,
that's the thing.
pal.
Minato looked at Obito's eyes that whole fight
Yeah, the whole
too.
fight.
So
Like,
he'd do the same shit to Itachi,
yeah.
and then Itachi would just cook him. He's fucked.
He's like, bitch, you're looking at me in my eye. You're fucking dumb. Like, what the hell? What's wrong with you? Like, he would have been cooked
Literally,
immediately.
like he's like, "You're the fourth Hokage."
It's like,
All right,
bitch.
bet.
It's like, bitch, you knew my dad, and you're
Like
looking at
every
me in
guy,
the eye.
guys, like I know you guys are probably like, "Oh, you're just glazing." No, like,
Yeah, bro, come
no,
on.
bro. Like Obito landed like multiple combos on Minato. The first time he landed on him was from
Facts
behind.
from behind.
He literally started comboing him, and Minato flying Raijin out of it. Okay.
Facts.
The second time was what's it called when they were doing their fucking exchange. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then he did it again, flying Raijin out of it. Like
yeah.
so, you know, like
Like,
he got hit by an ability and still got out of that bit.
yeah, he's just because he is that guy when it comes to speed. But with Itachi, that shit won't fly. It's like, bitch, you knew my dad, and you're looking at me in the
Yeah.
eye. That's wild. That's crazy
Kamui
work.
for intangibility. In his
It's like,
intangibility
bitch, you should
phase
know
only
already
lasts
the
for
wicked
about
eye.
5 minutes.
That's
Uh,
Which is
crazy.
what Konan planned on when she split an entire sea with
Yeah.
explosive seals, because she knew that the explosions of these explosive seals would run longer than 5
Yeah, that's
total
crazy.
minutes. And thus, after Obito's intangibility phase was over, he would die to the explosions because between that intangibility and teleportation phase, he would be vulnerable to them. Now, the left eye of the Kamui is a long-distance iteration.
Sniping.
Or kind of like with Amaterasu, the user is able to focus on a faraway object.
That's
and
what
use
actually
Kamui
made it
whatever their
broken, though.
focus is
Yeah,
like.
that shit is
And in
cracked.
the spot the Kamui is now activated, a gravity well opens up that begins to pull anything near it into the center. And anything unfortunate enough to end up in the center of this Kamui activation is teleported to the Kamui dimension. Whether that's Datara's right arm, the Ten Tails head, or Kakashi himself. As eventually during the
This is
portrait
where
of the war
Sadara
in
still
combat
shines
against
though,
Obito,
because she doesn't have
Kakashi
to
figures
look
out
at
how to
you.
make the
Yeah,
Kamui
she
You just
doesn't need
get
to
sucked
look.
in and you're
itself to the
fucked, you
Kamui
know?
Yeah,
dimension.
you're just
However,
cooked.
Like,
two
like
actors
the only
do
problem with that
all
is you got
Kamui
that
eyes.
requires
Something
eye
that we saw from
contact,
both
you know?
Obito
Yeah,
and
it does.
Kakashi. You get access to a bunch of other fun abilities, like the ability to piggyback on other people's space-time ninjutsu, allowing for its user and those nearby to travel to the target location of other users' space-time ninjutsu. Also, you know, you get the Susanoo, and then you can apply Kamui to all the things on your Susanoo, like gigantic shuriken or your Raikiri, and thus now not only are you trying to hit somebody with a blade made out of lightning, but also if they're hit by said blade made out of lightning, they get teleported to a place they can't leave. And thus, for all
Yeah, out of all Susanos, definitely I would agree that if we're talking Susanoo,
is the
it's
greatest
the best. Yeah.
Mangekyou Sharingan
Yeah,
ability
that shit was
ever created. What do
cracked.
you guys think? Do
The
you think we've
second
seen enough of
best is
Akira Man ready
Itachi,
to say that
like
it's
a sword
better
that
than
can,
Oh
Kamui?
no matter
yeah,
Let me
what,
know in the
kills
comments
you,
below.
and a
Let us
shield that
know.
blocks
And
anything.
please,
Like that's
for me,
ridiculous.
that's
this video,
ridiculous.
subscribe to the page, hit that notification. Now, if you
All right. Again, shout out to Ode. Shout out to
Yeah,
Batman.
shut
That
up.
was shout out to Ode, man. I'll say this because Ode's he's one of our guys. So criteria greatly alters this ranking. If it comes down to if you get hit, Tsukiyomi's number one. If it comes down to success rates, probably Kamui was probably number one.
Yeah.
Or Sardas. I think, yeah, it's between Sardas and Kamui for sure.